Hi guys, welcome back to Brelsford Family Homestead. I'm Darcy. We are going to harvest the other bed of garlic and trim up what we harvested before. I apologize in advance. All of this is going to be done near the front of the house and the road noise is ridiculous. But let's get started. This is my experimental garden near the front and we're going to harvest this garlic. My daughter's going to help me, so let's see how it did.
That one better, it's big.
All right, she is going to harvest the first one and let's see what it looks like. Uh-oh. Doesn't look real big. That's okay though, especially for an experiment. We'll pull the rest and I'll show you what we got. It obviously has some weeding that needs done. This is what we harvested, and I'm currently trimming up what my husband and I harvested previously and had up here. I think I had shown it to you, so I'm taking them down to give room for all of this. A few of these do seem like they could use a little bit more time, so I'll show you what I'm going to do with them. And I will show you how I'm trimming them. So what I do is take this and take scissors or little pruners, whatever you have, and cut all these root ends off, but don't cut up into the garlic, just cut them close. Knock any of the dry dirt off. And then I cut the stalk off and I usually leave about an inch or two. As you can see, they're not all exactly the same. And then I have this here, and that will all go in the compost. This was a quail cage, and we are no longer raising quail. So right now I'm going to use it as a drying rack. There was a couple onions we had to pull. Not too shabby. I think these ones are Walla Walla. I also am growing Patterson. So they're curing in here for a little bit. But those cut ones, I'm going to lay out here for a few days and just make sure they're good and dry before I take them in the house. I wanted to show you the difference here. See how this one is separated? That will not store well. I am going to leave it out here for right now, but I will use that one immediately. This one is nice. This one I am going to save for my seed garlic for this fall. So I'm just going to lay these all out here. For ones like this, I will either mince it and put it in some oil in the fridge for immediate use, or freeze it in pucks, or dehydrate it, which I have done before. If you dehydrate it, do it outside. Here is another example of one that will not store, but can be used immediately. I wasn't expecting to have you guys in the kitchen in this video, but when I realized I was going to be doing this, I wanted to insert it in this video. This is not garlic, but it is part of garlic. It's the garlic scapes. I had some that I needed to use up, and I didn't want to take up any more freezer space, so I chopped these up a little bit so they'd fit in here better, and blended it up in my food processor. It's not necessary, but it does help in this process. I'm going to dehydrate these. I just have these round dehydrators. I have 2 of them, and I cut some parchment paper to fit on here. I do have the fruit leather mats, but if you use those, then you really can't use them for anything else because it will smell and taste like garlic if you do fruit leather on it again. But that will help it not fall through the spaces. I do the same thing with garlic. Sometimes I will dehydrate it a little bit whole and then blend it up like this. It just kind of depends on what I'm doing, but it helps the drying process go much faster. Once it's completely dry, then I blend it up either in a blender or my coffee grinder and just store it in the pantry like normal. Now, homemade garlic powder is delicious, but it is way more potent, stronger than the store-bought stuff. So you'll want to tread lightly, maybe use half. Same with this garlic scape. It's really, really good. Just a different color, so you can mix it with regular garlic powder that you make or just use it on its own. It's just a little bit green, but I've never found that it changes the color of the food that I'm making to go like, oh, why is it green? But my big tip for doing this also is to do it outside. No matter how much you love the smell of garlic, you do not want to do this inside because the entire house will not just smell, but reek of garlic, and you're not going to get it to go away. I mean, it's going to be overpowering. So you're going to do it outside. If you do not have a covered area outside, don't do it in the rain, obviously. But I have like a big golf umbrella that I just stick my dehydrator on a chair, put my golf umbrella on there, and then it keeps it out of the sun. Because in the direct sun, they will probably overheat and then stop working, and nobody wants that. So anyway, that's my tip for you for getting the most out of your garlic harvest and making your own garlic powder. I hope you enjoyed this video. Back to what I was doing. I have 3 full trays, so this is my little hack here. Put my golf umbrella in there. And then it's not going to overheat, and if it rains, no problem. I just brought this in. It was dehydrating overnight, and as you can see, it's really, really dry. So I'm going to get this blended up into powder. I used my coffee grinder. That's about 1 of the trays. Guess I got to do the rest. Great addition to the pantry. Just shy of 1 cup. That's great. I'll show you how I'm trimming this. I'm just going around and getting those real close, but not cutting in to the bottom of the garlic. And then just, there we go. I didn't get footage of me actually putting it up here. It's a little bit hard since this is on suspended from the ceiling of my chicken run. But you can see that's all up there. That's an old shelter door, and this is part of a cattle panel. So I will keep this up here until all of these are kind of dry and crispy. This is all of the garlic minus a couple of heads from my raised bed within my garden near the house. It's not a lot, but I'm not disappointed. So this is not a lot of garlic. It's less than what I was hoping for, but I'm not disappointed. I will put up here, I think I shared a short or something when I was planting these, and I planted them much farther apart than I normally do. And I was hoping it would result in bigger bulbs, and it did not. I mean, granted, there are some, this is music variety, if I haven't said that. You know, this is a good size bulb, but I was hoping that all of them would be like that, and they're not. So, but it could have had something to do with my soil. Maybe I didn't fertilize enough. The weather was a little weird, but I still have homegrown garlic, and I have not bought seed garlic in several years, probably 4 or 5 years, because I just saved this to plant for fall, and then I'll have fresh eating. Maybe I'll bring you along as I do some of the other things with this garlic. I hope it's encouraged you to give garlic a try. It is very easy and very hands-off. Until next time, guys, God bless.